Hey guys, Marsingin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking a look at the STR side banner unit GOTEN and TRUNKS. This is the only one of the new units that I've not used in a video yet, probably because they are probably the least impressive, or the one that you're probably going to run the least, because unfortunately this is another example of them making a side banner unit that doesn't support. And honestly, even at their best, is obviously not going to reach the peaks of some of the units that you would choose to run on these teams. So, unfortunately, they probably are going to be left unused for a lot of people, which is a little bit unfortunate. Kind of funny considering the fact that this year we got the Majin Vegeta for Saiyan Day, who also had a very similar STR GOTEN and TRUNKS. Obviously not similar in terms of kit, but similar in what I described about not using them. So I'm probably going to put this in the tweet, but there's that good old meme where it's like, if I had a nickel for every time this year Dokkan released an underwhelming STR GOTEN and TRUNKS unit, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's still weird that it happened twice. So here we go. We've got a Bond of Friendship leader skill for key 3 and 130. Their super attack raises attack and defense with 1 turn, does supreme damage and seals. Then they change AGL key spheres to key spheres of another type. I don't know if we've had this as a thing before, right? They change a specific orb to a random orb. I know we've always had units that change like a random orb other than like STR, for example, for these guys, into like a random type. Or we've had just changes a specific type into a specific type. I don't know if there is another unit. Maybe there is. Let me know. But they change AGL key spheres to any other type. Could be random, which could be useful or could be not useful, depending on the rotation. So then they get attack and defense 100%. They get an additional attack and defense 10% when performing a super per superhero's ally on the team. So because of the way I like to build Gohan's team with some of the supports and stuff like that, we don't have a full superhero team, so they will be getting 50% on super. So bear in mind, if you are running a full superhero team, they can get an extra 20%. They get an additional 100% attack and defense with 3 or more key spheres obtained. Then they get an extra 50% defense and high chance to crit if you get 5 orbs, and then 50% attack and great chance to launch an additional with 7 or more key spheres obtained. Now the biggest problem you can probably, like, from reading this unit, they don't seem that crazy even if you get 7 orbs, which is one of the things that I think is very unfortunate and overly restrictive about some of these units when they give them these orb passive restrictions, where if you're going to make it 7 orbs, even with orb changing, sometimes that can be awkward. When they get 7 orbs, they should be really, really good, right? Because that is the absolute peak. But I mean, you can see at the start of the turn, they are only 55%, but 88,000 defense is pretty crazy. Now, I did link level all of the heroes units, or the superhero units. They actually went up super quick, and I had 2 keys to finish them off. So because I hadn't got around to doing the 55% video for these guys yet, they are already full link level 10. So of course, if you have just freshly pulled them at 55%, they're not going to be exactly the same as these guys, but I guess this gives you an idea that, like, if you do link level them, this is what they're going to look like. So they were on turn 2. I'm going to put Gamma 1 in slot 1 here and not get a super with him, and just hope he doesn't additional, because I don't really want to put them in slot 1 with 88k defense. I don't know, actually, do they get the extra defense as soon as we pick up the orbs? I should have checked that, but I can go ahead and do that next turn. Plus, this is also helpful because it lets Gamma get some build-up. 2.9. Ooh. So remember that Gamma 1 does give some support, but it's only defensive support. So this is him without, this is them, I should say, without getting any attack support. I do kind of like the super attack effect, though. That was a funny and goofy part of the movie, so I do think having that as the super is kind of fun. But let's go ahead and do this. Do this. Alright, so we've got a decent enough rotation here. I'm going to float off Kid Gohan, because obviously he is not only providing more support, but links up fairly well with them. If we take a look at their links, they've got some weird best link partners. Characters that share 5 links are STR Nappa, of all units, which I guess is going to be weird. Why is that exactly? They have Saiyan Warrior Race Infighter. It's because they have links like Tough as Nails as well. Which is, I mean, when they share it with a unit, it's 20% defense and 5% damage reduction. But obviously we're not going to be getting that active very often. STR base form GOTENs. Does he have an easy A yet? I don't think he does actually, so that could be an interesting one for the future. And then it's the AGL and Int Ultimate Gohan. Super old, already have an easy A, not really usable. When we get to 4 links, we have a few better units here. We have the new Gohan, we have Pan is on here. Funnily enough, the Majin Vegeta banner, STR, Goten and Trunks are on here. They share 4 links with them, which is interesting. So they share 4 links with Pan as well. We're also getting... What are we getting from... oh, we're getting Shocking Speed from Gamma 1. Okay, that's not bad. So we want to make sure we get the orbs. So let's grab... man, if I do this, is that going to drop down... Because I do kind of want Gamma. Actually, I don't need Gamma to super. It's not important. I don't want to not get the orbs for Goten and Trunks, right, just in case. So they've got 113k defense on this turn with the support from Pan. If we grab their 7 orbs here, does it actually add it immediately? It does. So 173k. So when they super attack, they don't greatly raise, do they? No, they only raise attack and defense. So it's 30% buff, which means they're going to be going up to around or just under 250k, which is very low. Now, obviously, we have to bear in mind, they are a 55% unit, it's a 55% showcase, although they are at full link level 10 now. The problem is, like I said at the beginning, if you have to jump through the hoops of getting 7 orbs for them to be at their peak, and that's what their defense is getting to. Now, obviously, by getting the extra orbs, we do have the chance to do an additional super, which would obviously then increase our defense a little bit more. So, I mean, maybe on their best turn, Rainbow. See, here we get the double super. So now with the extra defense again from the second super, they'll be over 300k defense now. But even that isn't that crazy when you consider for a unit double supering that is raising defense on super attack, getting to 300k, not exactly a crazy amount. I think if you do get dupes for them, considering they have that chance to crit when you pick up a certain number of orbs, because it's the minimum one, right? 5 orbs gets them a 50% chance to crit. 7 orbs gets them the 70% chance to additional, which is pretty good. But I think that means probably what you're going to want to do is go basically full additional, and then I would say probably put the rest into dodge, because it's going to be easy enough, I would think, to get the 5 orbs to get the crit, but the 7 orbs to get the dodge could obviously be what lets you down. So full additional and then dodge, because obviously them getting that 3rd super would be very good. Or if you're not able to get 7 orbs, the potential of the hidden potential additional kicking in, so they are at least double supering. But I mean, that's talking about the, you know, the hypothetical scenario where you are actually going to run them, which I'm not really too sure. I'd be interested to see, like, I guess Rainbow full level 10 links with equips, because I haven't even put any equips on them, to be fair, because I'm probably not ever going to use them. Usually, even before I jump into these 55% showcases, I throw on, like, you know, a bronze level 5 defense, and then for these guys, I would give them, like, a silver additional. But because I really don't think I'm going to use them, I probably am not going to bother wasting skill orbs on them, which... unfortunate for them, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. So, Gohan's up to 400k defense already. That's pretty good. They share 4 links together. And then we're picking up Shocking Speed from Gamma 1 again, which is pretty decent. So, but then you can see here, this is one of those rotations where we're going to struggle to get the orbs now. So if I do this, how does that drop down these int ones? Okay, perfect, perfect. So, obviously, sometimes you can make it work. They're not a slot 1 unit, so you have to be wary of that. If you were throwing them on a team to use them as a 3rd slot floating unit, then all the more so. You have to be careful about how you play the orbs, so that there's still enough orbs left when you get to them in slot 3. But how much is Gohan going to take from this with 400k defense? He probably takes a fair bit still, right? 250. I guess that's okay. We can live with that. I do like this AGL Kid Gohan as a unit for Gohan's team. And if you're running Piccolo on the team as well, he gets his unit super attack, which means he is going to do a little bit more damage. But Yeah, 3 million. That's with them with double support, 5 links active. So you can see they're nothing too crazy. I have to keep remembering, like, this is a 55% showcase, even though they are level 10 links. So they're not looking too crazy, but I think when you compare them to all the other units on the banner, or both banners, obviously, I guess directly comparing them to Pan, they are hitting harder than her and getting that additional if we're getting those orbs. But obviously, defensively, I guess their raw stat is slightly higher than hers, especially after a double super. But then she has all of that dodge ability. And of course, she's providing 50% support to the team. So the thing that I think would be... I know they can't just make every... Well, I guess they can. They can do whatever they want. But I was going to say they can't make every single side banner unit a support unit. But I feel like them giving support would have been a huge buff to this unit, right? Because then it would give you a reason to actually run them on the team, like as an off-rotation unit or whatever. But at the moment, I don't really see like a huge amount of use for them on the team. I did a fun run as a tweet. They do get boosted in the event, so I don't know if I'll do it as a video because it was very, very short, but I did do a fun run against Cell Max where I just used all of the actual superhero units. So it was Gohan, Piccolo, Pan, Goten and Trunks, and then Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. But because they do get boosted damage, and obviously Piccolo is just so ridiculously good, that run was very easy and very short. But, as you can probably guess, Goten and Trunks were the liability unit. You wanted to make sure that you had them like gone and floated off by the time you got to the tech phase, because they would be the one that could absolutely get you destroyed. So, but yeah, this is another good example here, I guess. Like, we don't have... If I drop these down, I don't know if it's even possible for us to make that, like, 7 orbs anywhere else, because this orb field is very, very weird. So, what I'll do here, let's go ahead and use your active skill. He'll get a bit of an extra defensive buff. And then that starts them at 125. So if we do this and then get 5 orbs. So at least 5 orbs gives us the extra defense and the chance to crit. Which I guess, to be fair, that's good, right? If they got the attack on 5 orbs and the defense on 7, that would make them significantly worse. Because obviously in most of these events, the defense is going to be what's more important. But yeah, overall, I just think they are certainly a little bit disappointing. Pan, very useful because of the support, but of course, if she doesn't dodge, can still get you killed. These guys, I mean, even against some of the, like, against the harder red zone bosses, even if you get the double super turn, this is with them at 55%, of course. If you get the double super turn, they're probably still going to get you killed. Once you start getting dupes or skill orbs and they're getting like the triple super turn, then obviously they can look a little bit better, but I don't think they're going to be too crazy. Look at that, Gohan getting the additional to finish off Oceanus. So I think we'll leave it there. We don't really need to see much else more from them. The highest we managed to peak was just over 3 million with their attack stat, with quite a bit of support. So obviously nothing too crazy. That's why I guess in a way it's kind of a W. We all did obviously think it was very weird that Gohan was on... like, Pan was on Piccolo's banner, but that just makes Piccolo's banner even better overall now, because Piccolo is better than Gohan, and Pan is better than Goten and Trunks. So, yeah, if you haven't summoned yet, or you want to summon more, because maybe you've got one copy of both the new units, yeah, Piccolo's better, and Pan are better, so that's definitely the better banner. So let me know what you guys think. Did you pull Goten and Trunks? Have you tried them out? What do you think about them? Let me know down below in the comments section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.